Um, what is your lasting impression of him? What sticks out as his legacy to you?
Well, Governor Hunt was the governor, and I put that in quotes. I mean, 16 years in the office. I mean, he was an institution. He was the giant of North Carolina politics, and he made a difference. He was probably the greatest salesperson this state ever had to people outside the state. He really was one of the greatest recruiters of bringing jobs in North Carolina when North Carolina really wasn't on the radar for economic development. And I saw this firsthand as a mayor because when he was governor, I was mayor also, and we worked hand in hand. He was a great role model. He was a great mentor, and he became a friend, even though we were in different political parties. And when I became elected governor, I had several visits with him where he'd come to my office, and he was a great salesman to me in ensuring that I protected things like Smart Start. I would imitate him at another time, but all the governors, all the current governors that are now living, we could all do our own imitations of Jim Hunt. Mike Easley did the best, but we all got together recently, all the former governors, with Governor Stein at the governor's mansion several months ago, and the one governor who couldn't make it due to his health was Jim Hunt, and he was sorely missed. So we spent a considerable amount of time, all the living governors at the time, telling Jim Hunt stories of how he had influence over us when we held political office. So he never left the office; he was always there, and he'll be sorely missed. I appreciate his friendship both during my tenure, 14 years as mayor, and during my 4 years as governor. Again, he was the governor, not just a governor like I was. And I say that as an ultimate tribute to him and his public service.
Yeah, I think, lots of people would just have a knee-jerk reaction that, oh, you didn't get along because you're of different, political
No.
parties. But so few people have held that office that, I mean, I imagine, what you had to talk about frequently transcended just pure partisan
Oh,
politics.
absolutely. When I was the Republican mayor of Charlotte, we had many, many discussions, many one-on-one conversations. Um, he'd always tell me I was his favorite mayor, as he told every mayor in North Carolina. That's how good a salesman he was. I always teased him about it, and he had a sense of humor. And even during his post years, excuse me, he he would he was the consummate salesperson for the state of North Carolina, and I always will appreciate his mentorship and his friendship and his commitment to improving the state. Whether I was in the same political party or not, it didn't matter. And I'm proud to say that all the former governors treat each other as brothers and sisters, and he was a part of that leadership to make sure that would happen, even after we left office. And I always appreciated that.
Yeah, it's a small club.
It's a proud club, and Jim Hunt was the chief of the club. And now I guess that goes to now Governor Jim Martin, who continues that leadership of example of past governors working together for the betterment of our state, regardless of our political party. But Jim Hunt helped start that great tradition that we continue today with Governor Stein.
Absolutely. Yeah, and speaking of which, I need to get in touch with Governor Martin as well. I don't know if you have a way of contacting him, but I may ask you about that offline.
Well, he and Jim Hunt got along great. We all got along great when I mean, I had them come all together when I was governor. In fact, I have a great picture of all of us um, coming to my office and working together in some Supreme Court cases trying to preserve executive power. And we did that even after I left office, where we'd all get together.
I remember
And
that in 2018 stuck out to me in particular. Um,
yeah, Jim Hunt and Beverly and Jim Martin and Governor Easley, we all worked together in trying to preserve the executive power of the office. And we didn't care about our political party at the time. We all continued to get along, but he will sorely be missed at the table when we get together. But he also meant a great deal to me when I feel like I grew up with Jim Hunt. In high school, I think he was lieutenant governor. And then years later, I've got this man coming in my office as governor, putting his hands on my knee and going, Governor, now you're going to protect Smart Start, aren't you? And he wouldn't leave the office until I committed to him. In fact, even after I committed to him, he wouldn't leave the office. That's how good a salesman he was. When he committed to something, by God, he committed to long after he left office, and well deserved recognition for his great public service to our state.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, thank you so much.
And
I
my
appreciate you
prayers are
being
with
here.
him and his family. Um, but I'll tell you, he leaves an incredible mark on our state. There's no doubt about it.